You're all going to apparently see Bill Maher a lot earlier than I guess you would have thought if you're a regular viewer of, I don't even remember what his show is called. Real Time?
Oh, Real Time? Yeah, Real Time.
It's still called Real Time? I know he's got, I was wondering if I was going to accidentally conflate his HBO show, which is the thing that's coming back with his podcast show.
Yeah, with Club Random.
Which obviously has not stopped because it's just him in a weird configuration that has been already parodied by Tim.
It's Tim Heidecker. Yeah, Office Hours.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
Office
about to
Hours
say his
Live.
name, but then I was like, wait, was it him? Right.
And what's amazing about it is like the camera angles on that thing that Heidecker gets so accurate is just like the weird, like odd camera angles.
Right. So you might all have heard of this little thing going on, this little itty bitty, the writer's strike, WGA has gone on strike. And so, there hasn't been, you've probably also heard that SAG is also on strike. There's an actor strike as well. And a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies, not being filmed or produced or taped. The ones that are basically ones that are not covered under this specific strike, or they've been a production company that has reached out and agreed to, SAG's terms, for example, to specifically create, work on a production that works under SAG's demands that the major studios are not agreeing to. But for Bill Maher's show on HBO, Real Time, that is covered by the writer's strike. And so for months since the strike began, when did the strike begin again? It was like May, right?
Yeah, let me double check because I think
the
writers one has been going on for a lot longer.
A lot longer than
the SAG strike. Yeah.
So it's been about 5 months. So there's been no late night shows. That's why you might have heard that the late night talk show hosts have gotten together to do a podcast in order to raise money for the workers on strike. Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, Jimmy Fallon. I don't remember if there was another one. Oh yes, Seth Meyers. So they're doing things to try to support their writers who are not working right now. But Bill Maher's got, I guess, a different idea in terms of how to show his solidarity with the striking workers that he literally shares a writer's room with on his show every week. Can we pull up this tweet from Bill Maher? So Bill Maher with honestly, a block of text that should be criminal to tweet out.
Extremely long tweet.
Thanks a lot, Elon Musk, for allowing people to do these long ass tweets. I mean,
Send
really,
an email,
this is why tweets should be no more than 240 characters. This is just ugly. This is ugly. No one wants to read this. But anyway, Bill Maher says Real Time is coming back, unfortunately. Now, I wish it ended there. I wish I could tell you that was it. But no, it goes on. Real Time is coming back. Unfortunately, sans writers or writing. It has been 5 months and it is time to bring people back to work. Honestly, when I read that line, it automatically gave me, small business tyrant forcing his workers back out of the lockdowns in like July of 2020 or something like that.
Yeah, like a business owner who puts up a handmade sign that's like, "Sorry, we're out of business, labor shortage."
Right. The writers have important issues that I sympathize with and hope they are addressed to their satisfaction. He obviously does not, based on the fact that Real Time is coming back. But they are not the only people with issues, problems, and concerns. Despite some assistance from me, much of the staff is struggling mightily. We all were hopeful this would come to an end after Labor Day, but that day has come and gone, and there still seems to be nothing happening. I love my writers. Again, I doubt that. I am one of them. Clearly not. But I'm not prepared to lose an entire year and see so many below-the-line people suffer so much. I will honor the spirit of the strike by not doing a monologue, desk piece, new rules, or editorial. the written pieces that I'm so proud of on Real Time. And I'll say it up front to the audience, the show I will be doing without my writers will not be as good as our normal show, full stop. But the heart of the show is an off-the-cuff panel discussion that aims to cut through the bullshit and predictable partisanship, and that will continue. This show will not, and the last word is cut off, but who cares, really?
Oh, this is the show. Sorry, the show will not disappoint, is what it says.
The show will not disappoint. Again, probably better to just end it at the show will not, because nobody needs to know the show will not disappoint. Because
the show will not happen.
Quite frankly, the show often disappoints. But
I mean,
anyway.
it's amazing that. I just think that the comma usage is absolutely so funny. That Real Time is coming back. Pause. Unfortunately, pause before getting to the next few words in the sentence.
Yeah, it would be great to end it right there. Now, so Bill Maher's joining the ranks of Drew Barrymore, who's decided to bring back her daytime talk show, sans her writers. She came out, everyone thought like, oh, what's going on here? If we bring the issue up online and make it a big deal, maybe she'll come out and be like, oh, I didn't realize this was going on. It must have been some mistake. But no, she came out and defended the decision to do so, much like Bill Maher. Clearly by doing this, they are not supporting the writer's strike, because the whole point of the strike is to remove these shows, movies, this entertainment from these different mediums in order to make the studios and television companies, these major corporations, feel the pain of not working with the writers to come to an agreement. By coming back, they can say all they want about how, the show won't be as good. We're not going to do this segment, that segment. It's going to be different. The fact of the matter is, none of that matters. The point of the strike is to really, force these studios to realize we are being hurt by this strike, because we won't come to the table and give these writers, and let's bring the SAG actors into this as well, and these actors, the talent, really what they deserve. And by filling in these spots, it makes things a little bit easier at the very least for these studios and companies to say, you know what? We got Bill Maher show, we got Drew Barrymore show, the dominoes have begun to fall. I'm assuming more shows are going to decide to follow that lead as well. And you know what? We're not going to agree to these demands from the writers and the actors. So, so that's basically that. I mean, it really is no surprise that Bill Maher is one of the guys doing it, especially with his turn in recent years. But I mean, the plain as day, they're speaking out one side of their mouth and doing the exact opposite with their actions. There's no universe where you can say, I'm crossing that picket line, but I support you.
Yeah, and also like Barrymore's statement was obviously because she's super ethereal and like whimsical and stuff. She's like, we started our show in a very fraught time, and I think it would be a disservice to our viewers if we didn't continue despite what's going on. And it's like, first of all, your show is like, let's not to diminish daytime TV, because like I enjoy it, but it's like a lot of the segments are frivolous. Like it's like, let's make a fun summer dinner, or like a brunch dish with a chef, or like Matthew McConaughey comes on to promote his children's book, and it's like with all due respect, it's not essential TV. Like if the Drew Barrymore show didn't continue for another few months, so the writers could just like get a little more money, like I think that would be okay. And the other thing is, she also was trying to say sort of in her statement that like they weren't running afoul of WGA strike rules, but like, and some people have echoed that, being like, but she said that. Well, okay, but if people are picketing outside your studio as a result of what you've done, how could you
obviously, if they're picketing, it is like now people should be.
You can't say that.
Drew Barrymore herself as an actress is not is not a scab in terms of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Let's make this clear, people who might not understand that, because the contract that these talk shows are under with SAG and AFTRA are not the same contract as the one that has these workers on strike that affects, film and TV with the studios. She herself, as a talk show host, is not a scab, but the writers' contract with their union, talk shows, TV shows like that are covered under this contract. So that actually, by bringing the show back in that way, she's a scab. So I just wanted 100%. To make that clear. Like if you are a TV show host, like you do like a entertainment news show, or I don't know, and you're not, and it's not affected by the writer strike or whatever, and you also do, like, you're an actor in movies, you're allowed to do your talk show. That's fine. But Drew Barrymore's show has WGA writers on staff. And that's why what is happening is breaking with the strike. It's not her herself as host. She is allowed under the SAG contract to host a talk show, because that's not what the strike is about.